All right, everyone. Welcome to our team call. I am so excited to share with you again. It's been many, many months, but we had Simon on a team training several months ago. And Simon has just become a friend of mine. I absolutely love him as a human being, such a great man, such a great businessman, a wonderful husband and father, and a role model to so many in this industry. And he really cares about helping us all be successful in this industry. And he has elevated network marketing and really made it something that people aspire to do. And it's just wonderful to have him in our corner. And he's done what you guys have done. He's been in the trenches just like us. So there's no one better to do a training for us. And I'm going to ask Cody Thompson to unmute. And Cody is the reason Simon's back with us tonight. So Cody, I'd like you to give the formal introduction of Simon if you can, and then we'll bring Simon on.
Sure thing. I'd love to add on to what you said there. But what's up, everybody? Team Synergy. Hope you're doing well and excited for the holidays. Like the rest of us, I am fired up to bring you our mentor and coach, Simon Chan. For any of you who don't know him, he's actually built a seven-figure business and was a young company millionaire in his company before he decided to leave his active MLM business and decide to just train generically all over the world for all the companies in 2013. And he's been doing that for 7 years now. And like Cindy said, has really elevated our industry and is definitely the master consistency coach. And we are so grateful for all that he has done. I know that no one in this industry adds as much value to its people and associates daily, weekly, and monthly as this man. So Simon, thank you so much. And without further ado, are you ready to make it happen?
Yes, let's do this. So it's great to be here. First of all, I'm not as amazing as Cindy makes me sound. Okay, I'm definitely messed up. And I think I just bought her when she came to visit LA, took her to a nice place on Manhattan Beach. So that's why she's saying those nice things about me. So she had a good time. Anyway.
Much deeper than that. You're very, very humble. Simon is just amazing. So guys, listen up. Get your pen and paper together. Listen up to what he has to say.
Yeah, I think that's the first lesson here is like, there's no one that's perfect. So I know a lot of you sometimes think, I think this thing that holds people back, like, I haven't had success yet, or I have all these problems, or like, Cindy or Tyler, wow, I was young like that. The reality is we're all screwed up, right? Like God made us all sinful. We're all screwed up. I got lots of problems. You have problems. I have problems. But it's like this, you learn to go despite those problems, right? And it's about the vision of who you become. You may have a lot of issues. You may not have like the success you want, but it's all about who you're becoming, being that future self. You're being the best self, the best you. And that's really like 95% of success is the confidence. And by the way, it doesn't mean you've had you don't need success. It's about how quickly you can let go and where you're doing in the future, right? So if you're confident, you believe in yourself, and that every one of you had little minor successes before, whether it's in your personal life, as a parent, or you graduate from school, or whatever it is, and you just think about those things. Most people tend to think of the negative, and especially we're in a very negative world right now. We have COVID, we got the politics and all that, right? We don't even have a president, all that negative stuff. My first advice is stay away from that, because that acts against the business. Because if you're thinking negative, then you think about your problems. But I'll put it out there. I have just as many problems as you all have, and there's a saying that one of my mentors taught me, that if we actually had like a swap meet, right? And I put my problems on the table, Cindy puts her problems on the table, Cody and Tyler will put their problems on the table, and you look at everyone's problems, and you'd be like, and we say, let's trade. You're like, no way, I'm gonna take my problems back. And that's the reality. It's really about, we all screwed up, messed up, but it's keep going in spite of those challenges, right? It's not what you do that when you feel good that matters. It's what you do when you don't feel like doing that matters. When you have people that said they're going to join and they quit, right? Or they don't even show up. Or when you have people that are your top leader, they quit the business, or you lose customers, or your internet goes out, or whatever there is. We all have issues, right? Or you have a relationship issues, but can you keep going? And it's all about you. You're the leader, right? And how do I lead the team? Well, you start leading the team by leading yourself. You're conquering yourself. So let me share a few pictures, and then we're going to talk about the holidays. But the holidays are really important. How many of you, by the way, I hear I'm the Tom Brady of network marketing. That's really a big compliment. By the way, I'm not the Tom Brady of network marketing. I'm more like I don't know what I am, but I have Tom Brady in my fantasy football team. I need him to throw 4 touchdowns to Chris Godwin today, or I'm going to lose by a lot. Okay, so, but that is a compliment. So anyway, let me share. You all see my screen? I'm going to pull up my slides here. You all see my screen? Okay, pictures. I just want to share real quick my purpose to have a positive impact as many lives as possible. And I believe everyone can earn a part-time income. And my mission is to help 1,000 people get to a minimum of $1,000 a month. If you are at $1,000 a month, I want to help your teams get there, right? And right now, if you're stuck, it's not your fault. There's so many distractions right now, right? We are in the distraction economy. These phones, they buzz, they distract us. You can use the phone to make you a lot of money, or you can lose a lot of money. And these are actually the weapons of mass distraction. That's what they are. Okay, weapons of mass distraction, totally distract you. The key is to stay focused. And it's hard to be consistent and focused. But let me ask you, what is the #1 skill? I think a lot of you know this. And by the way, I know it seems like only a couple months ago, Cindy, I was sharing, but could you believe it's been like 14, 15 months I looked at it. It was last September of last year. I was like, oh my goodness, time goes by so fast. That's why you gotta seize the day, right? The next thing you know, you're going to be a year older, the kids are a year older, you got to take action. But what's the #1 skill? What do you think is the #1 skill you need in network marketing? I know Cody has it, Tyler definitely has it, Cindy has it. Yeah, it's consistency, right? Because consistency is not something you're born with, it is something you develop. I just want to make sure my kids are not here. Like, I was never consistent. I was not born consistent. The only thing I was consistent with in college was staying up to 5 a.m. and play John Madden football and never going to class. That was my consistency. I'll play this game, Civilization. That was the worst game ever. Don't ever play that. It's just so addictive. And play John Madden football, and then I could even barely wake up to a 2 p.m. class. And the only reason I woke up, it's so sad, because I was on meal plan, and of course my parents paid for it, right? So I just had to wake up, make sure I wake up at 1:30 so I can get in there to get my free lunch. And then I was like, whatever, and then we just go play basketball and play more video games. But so anyway, don't ever tell that to my kids, okay? But without consistency, you never be successful. I was not born consistent, but it is a skill that you can learn, okay, by taking small steps. But I just want to share with you, once that, I was definitely not successful. I know we're not supposed to share commission checks, but I'll share you the FTC, whatever. I'll share commission checks. That definitely the FTC is not going to come after me for this, okay? There's a commission check right there, a big fat bagel, okay? Maybe the owners of Isogenics will come after me showing this, but this is zero bagel. Okay, I didn't earn it. In a couple months later, still $0, right? Then it was like an egg. Then it was a pancake, still zero. And then there was like a donut, still zero. Then still zero again. A couple months later, and then I can't think of any food objects, but still zero. Okay, zero. By the way, these are not the same screenshots. By the way, they're different dates. Okay, so I was just struggling. Now, this was me the hard way. I didn't have a checklist of what to do, and no one to help me stay consistent. I just go through endless trainings. That was probably the only thing that kept me in the game, right? So some of you feel that way. It's not your fault, right? And my turning point is because we get distracted. You really have to focus on staying consistent. You don't need to do that much, but you need to do something every day. And most people, you need to do. I was talking to Cody about this. You have to do more of less. Right? So, I want to do TikTok. I want to do LinkedIn. I want to do Facebook. I want to do Instagram. Stop doing all that and just do one, but be really consistent with it. I want to lead with this product. I want to focus on the shakes. I want to lead with the business. Stop leading with everything. Just focus on one approach and get really, 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 really good at it. Right? Because if Isogenics has great products, we have so many products, there's a lot to learn. And for each product, there's different objections that come up, right? And especially if you're new. Now, if you've been in it for a while, you can do it. But if you're new, it's hard. Like, where do I get started? Right? Keep it simple. You don't need to do a lot, but you need to do something every day. And people ask me, like, should you work on Sundays? like I'm a man of God, but you should do something on Sunday. Like you don't need to do a lot, but send out one follow-up message. One message. Do one post. Because it keeps you in the game. Like if you ever play sports, if you take one day off, you're a little bit rusty. If you send out one message every single day, it goes a long, long, long way, right? So my turning point was someone helped me become consistent, and by the way, after that I got my first $200 check. This was late January of 2004. I've been building online. We'll talk a little about building online, a little bit about holiday strategies. This was back way in the day. I think these monitors came out. This is way before Cody was even born. Like he didn't even recognize these are. This is way before Bluetooth. Okay, I had like a corded phone. Landline, yes, Cody, a landline is actually those phones we used to call people with before cell phones, right? I eventually built a team of over 200,000 people, and was the #1 fastest growing rep for my company. And in network marketing, just like what Cindy has done, you need to have duplication, right? You need to grow a big team. That's one of the important things, duplicating. So my wife and I said we really need to work on duplicating. So we started, let's go duplicating. So we started duplicating. See, my oldest son looks exactly like me. My youngest looks exactly like my wife. And the white fluffy one, well, we haven't figured him out yet. By the way, he's not a poodle. Don't ever say he's a poodle. He's a Bichon Frise, okay? Or Bichon Frise, what some people call it. But it's a French dog. He's my oldest son. He's 12 years old. My house is a zoo. Like my boys can come in anytime, especially the youngest one. They're 9, they're 7, and they're almost 5. We just did baseball. I did just baseball with the youngest one, and then the oldest one. The second one, I don't know what the heck. I think he's getting in trouble. He didn't do his schoolwork, whatever. So anyway, if you have kids, I know this was a couple of years ago. The house is crazy, right? This was like my wife was making breakfast, and my dog does travel, by the way. My dog is actually, like I said, he's not a dog. He's like my first son. He's been to New York. He's been to Vancouver. He's been to San Francisco, Boston. Everywhere we travel, we take a family picture. He's always there. Okay, he knows that. It's very, very important. So he's not a dog. He's not an animal, but he's not a human. So I just call him my first son. He's just somewhere in between. And he has a personality. He may walk in here too. So this was like a morning, that's the part of network marketing, something you build on your part-time. This was like a life, you have to talk about problems. I got problems. Like my wife is making breakfast. I want to get these 2 kids, these animals, I call them animals. I get animals to school, and I have to get the other one, make sure I don't drop them. So, but the thing is about network marketing is part-time. Okay, it's a part-time business. And like I said, with Cody shared, I've been a full-time trainer since 2003. All right, so here's something. If you tag me on a story on Instagram, I'll repost you. Okay, I want to. Taking action is important. I want to know what you plan to take action on. So tag me on a story on Instagram. I want to see what you plan to take action on. Okay, that's very important. By the way, people buy your change, your commitment, and your consistency. I want you to write that down. If you ever feel that, how many of you feel, type in one, that if I made more money, if I just had like Cindy's results, I could, it'd be easier to sign people up. You ever feel that way? If I just had results, right? Be honest, right? If I had a check, if I only made like $200, I had a $200 check to show, it would be easy. If I could be, Cody has results. If I only had some results, it would be easy. I'll tell you, that's the wrong way to think. And that's why you're stuck. Because that never ends. So just say you make $100. You made, I got a check. You know what you're going to start thinking to yourself? $100 is nothing. How do I convince someone that's a real business? Or you can make more money doing Uber. I need to make a bigger check. If I only make $500 a month, I could get people in. But you know what? You get the $500. You know what you can say? Oh, $500 is only a fixed $6,000 a year. That's nothing in the U.S., right? You're working so hard for $6,000 a year. Oh, if I made more, I could get people to join. Yeah, even if you made $10,000 a month. Oh, $10,000, but my doctor makes way more than that. I can't convince him. $10,000 is not enough. I thought it never ends. Even if you make $30,000 a month, you're like, well, this millionaire entrepreneur, I wanted them to get him in, but it's only $30,000. He's making $1 million a year. See, it's like the chicken versus the egg. How do you recruit someone if you don't have a check? How can you make a check without recruiting someone? So some of you, you can probably get customers, but you can't get somebody to join your business because don't ever confuse your situation with other prospects. Okay, your whole goal of prospecting is one thing, is to collect a decision. You want to ask them, collect a decision, right? Collect a decision. So you're stuck. The fact that maybe you're not successful, you're not made yet. Don't confuse your situation by making a decision for other people. Oh, I can't talk to my friend. I haven't made any money. You just made a decision for them. Your only obligation, duty, is to tell people as many people as possible to collect decisions and stop focusing on results. If you're focusing, oh, I gotta get a sign up, it's gonna be nervous. Someone just asked me the other day. I talked to my Walmart's I talked to my friends a couple months ago. Should I tell them again? It's like been 4 months. Will I be bothering them if I tell them about it? I was like, well, let me. Do you have a business? Said, yeah. Well, let me ask you. If you opened a restaurant, a pizza restaurant, and you told them a month ago and they didn't go, are you going to say, well, if I tell them now, what would you do? Would you tell them, or would you like, oh no, I'm going to bother them. I tell you to come check out my restaurant. Of course, I'm going to tell them. See, you have a business. Your obligation is not your duty, your job. I tell you, your job is not to go out there and convince everyone. Your job is to go out there and let people know about it. Let them make the decision. Collect decisions. And I think the turning point for me in terms of being consistent was I wasn't consistent, right? Someone helped me become consistent, but this was a big aha moment for me. I was at a job, okay? I used to wake up at 5:30 to go run and to get on the freeway at 6:15. Got a job that I love. I didn't make much money, but I'll get it. This was 6:15 in the morning, so I can beat the traffic and get to work early, okay? And I'll get home at like 6, 7 o'clock. But my boss told me, Simon, you got to stay late at 5 p.m. for a meeting. Did you think I showed up? 5 p.m. meeting. What do you think? I showed up, right? I showed up. And then one day he said, you got to show up for an 8:30 a.m. breakfast meeting. I think, but we have bagels, cream cheese, and we have juice and stuff. Just come in. I was like, I don't want to eat breakfast. We have it was Monday mornings, weekly planning. I'm like, I don't want to go for a meeting. I don't want to eat breakfast with my colleagues. Come on, I want to just rather stay home and relax. But do you think I showed up? I still showed up, right? And then one day really made me angry, set me off. And this is the one that did it. Simon, we'll have a 12 o'clock meeting. I was like, what? Lunch meeting. We'll have pizza, iced tea, drinks, and salad, and we'll have a department meeting to go over our monthly goals. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, no way. Right? Like 12 o'clock meeting. You know, I used to be so tired. You know what I did? There was like a Holiday Inn, like 2.5 blocks from my work, and I'll go there. And I'll get the USA Today. I'll get the sports section. And I'll pretend like I was meeting a friend, waiting because you can't loiter, right? So I'll go to the lobby, sit in the area, and pretend I was waiting for a friend. I'll take the USA Today like this, and I'll go like this, and I'll take a 15-minute power nap, just so I could recharge and go back to work, right? Because I was tired. I was up at 5:30, and now my boss says, "Hey, you know what? You got to show up for lunch." For a lunch meeting? I was like, great. I'm going to lunch meeting, eating pizza and stuff. Now when I'm missing my nap, eating pizza, I'll be even more tired. But do you think I showed up? I showed up. And that was the day I really got angry. I said, what? I'm like the biggest fool. I always show up for my boss in meetings I don't even want to go to, but I wasn't showing up for myself. And that was the day I said, you know what? I'm going to start doing this business. Everyone, you got to be showing up for your business. See, we all like to be our own boss. But, you know, we have a business, right? In every business, there's what? There's a boss and there's an employee. A lot of you are great bosses, but you're terrible employees. Will you fire yourself? If you have downlines, you want to get them to work, team members, you want to get them to work, and the Lori takes naps in her car. Like, if you ask yourself, if everyone in your team did what you did today, what would happen to your business? And that's probably why you're probably stuck. So you got to get into action, right? And right now during December, is this the time to step it up and take action, right? First of all, this is the best time to grow your business. I want to say the best time. Some people ask me what the holidays, we got holiday parties or holiday gift shopping, this and that. I know this year is a little bit different because we're not, actually, at least in California, maybe in Florida, people are doing whatever you're doing, but like, it's hard to stay focused. Hey, November, December is the best time to grow your business. And if you don't believe that, you are thinking like a consumer and not like an entrepreneur. See, you are all entrepreneurs. If I ask you, are you all entrepreneur? I bet you every one of you can say one, right? Type in a 1 if you're an entrepreneur. Right? You're a 1. You're an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurs, these November, December is the best time. This is when you have to close out the year. It's your last chance. By the way, most businesses, people make more money in November, December than they do in the other months combined. If you look at Best Buy, Target, Walmart, Amazon, this is like, oh, this is the best month because people are buying. People are buying. Don't ever think, oh, my prospect's not distracted now. They're going to go January. You know why? This is a good time because people are all used to spending money right now. Now, let me ask you this. We all go to the grocery store, right? If you go to the grocery store, if I told you right now, do you want to buy like $10 of $5 of orange juice, $10 of orange juice? Do you want to buy like a magazine? Do you want to buy some snacks? You probably say, no, Simon, I'm not going to. But if you go to the grocery store and you start spending money already, how many of you ever go to the grocery store, you buy lots of stuff you didn't plan to buy? Right? Or worse is Costco. If you go to Costco, you buy all types of stuff you didn't plan. Because it's psychology. You have to understand, when you're used to buying something, it's very easy to buy a little bit more. Right? That's why when you buy a car, if I said you want to spend $500 on a moonroof, you're like, no way. You have $500 to spend on a moonroof? No way. You want to buy leather seats? You're like, no way. I need to save my money. That's not worth it. But when you're buying that car and you're spending $30,000, or extra $500, sure, why not? It only costs like $5 a month on the loan. Yeah, sure, why not? You add it on because you're used to spending. It's hard to get people to take out their wallet, but when they're used to spending, it's very easy. Right now, they're used to spending. And you know when, how many of you, we're all human, right? How many of you felt this way? You spent money, and you're just like, whatever, I spent money already. The damage is done. Let's just do it anyway. Ever felt that way? You ever said that? Oh, the damage is done already. Let's go. Okay, I'll take care of it next month. The damage is done. Whatever. Right? That's the mindset. I spend money shopping. I'll spend more. Don't ever wait to January. You just go. They focus on the holidays. Don't ever wait for January. You know why? Because you know what they're going to say to you in January? I have no money now. I have to pay off my credit card bills. In January, they'll be, oh my goodness, my credit card bill in November, December, I got paid off. They're going to have no money for isogenics. You got to get them in now. Right? So the first strategy is you got to change your mindset. You're an entrepreneur. Every business out there, they're hungry going all out. Even talking about like marketing. Like I just got my kids. I'm in the Lego, Legos, right? All kids like Legos. I should say all kids, all boys, all like Legos. So the Lego magazine. But you know what? This month's Lego magazine is super thick, like 4 times thick. It's like the dream catalog. I was like, oh my goodness. When I was a kid, I didn't have this. Like every single Star Wars Legos, Ninjago Legos, Castle Legos, the Girl Pony Legos, every Lego show, every set's like it's a dream catalog. Because they know now's the time to buy. You gotta have that approach that, hey, this is like do or die, you have to make it happen. All right? Second strategy I want to talk about is, every business comes from what? It comes from conversations, right? Conversations. If you think about how to start it out, network marketing is about conversations. Conversation online, conversation offline. Conversations create business. That's why you go network, because it creates Now, that person may not buy, but that person may lead to one person to another person. It's all conversations create business. So how can you create more conversations? All right? Holiday, this is a great time. Holiday get-togethers, whether there's online or offline meetings, go create conversations. Another way to create conversations, be a giver. Start giving. Help out in the community. That creates conversations. Donations. Donate money. Volunteer work. That creates conversations. You're meeting people. Social media. Definitely you should be posting every day. Right? I'll talk about what to post. Think of ways how you can create more conversations. By the way, it's an excuse to sign. Like, I know back in the, I don't know about this year, but how many of you get Christmas cards? Right? How many of you get Christmas cards from people that you normally don't talk that much during the year, but you may get them during the holidays? That's a great way to create a conversation. Now, if you just message this person like, oh, hey, how's it going? How you doing? You're like, okay, we haven't talked in a couple months. What's up? But hey, how's it going? Thank you for your Christmas card. That starts a conversation, and a conversation leads. Now, that doesn't mean that person will definitely buy or join, be a customer, but it can lead to somewhere. It creates. So think about in what ways can you create conversations. By the way, here's the tip about Christmas cards. You can send them early. If you send them early, it creates better conversation. You don't want to send them the last 1 week before Christmas because that's when everyone else sends them. You got a flood of them. They probably don't have time to open them. Be the first one to send. Here's another idea. You ask your current customers, right? Ask your current customers who love the products if they want to buy the products as a gift. Or if you retail, give them a bonus, give them a discount. Now, if you retail product, I'm not talking about like isogenic shipping to people. Maybe you have some products, you sell them, they PayPal you, they Venmo you, right? Venmo you, or they pay you by cash. Sell some products, so give them a discount, right? So, for example, what I mean discount, maybe the product normally costs $40. Hey, if you buy right now with $30 and you sell from your own stock, just an idea. If you have products to sell, ask your current customers if they want to use your products as gift to buy from you. Hey, I know I appreciate you. I know I appreciate you as a customer, but just for right now, if you can, would you like to purchase one of the products as a gift? If you do, there's like a 10% discount. And by the way, you can be flexible, be entrepreneurial. You can even not make much money when you give that discount because you're taking away from your earnings. But what it does is you're getting the product into a new user, which is like free. Like, I've never been a big fan of sampling because you actually have to take money out and sample, right? But here, someone's buying the product at a discount, right? You may not earn from it, but you're getting someone the product, and that creates conversations. So you're exposing more people. Here's another idea. Get involved in a contest, right? Some of you have teams, do some fun contests, short contests. Doesn't need to be like 7, 10, 14 days. Could be 3 days. Make it an activity contest. Who can send out this message to as many people, to 5 people a day? Or a customer contest. Take a post and share this. And you enter a lucky drawing to win this. That's an activity-based contest. Take your picture of you using the product. Tag me. Use a hashtag. Tag me. And we'll give out these 10 prizes. So some examples of activity-based. Who sends the most invites? Who posts 7 days in a row? Who follow-ups with the most customers? Who samples the most products? Right? You can be creative for this. Here's the next strategy I'm going to share with you. This has been a big, for those who don't know my background, I was a top recruiter. I recruit over 80 people a year for 5 straight years. This was a big one for me that I used, especially in December. Because here's the thing. You have to understand network marketing is a very short selling cycle. Okay, if you don't know what the term selling cycle is, this would probably be a big game changer for you. So it's like how long it takes for someone to buy something, right? So if you go to, it's like buy a house. How long does it take for someone to decide to buy a house? Months or years. That's a pretty long selling cycle. Right, so if you go to look at a house and the real estate agent says, shows you a house and you say, I'm not interested, the real estate agent says, oh no, I lost the sale. Because he knows it's going to take some time. Like if you rent the house, that's a much shorter selling cycle, right? Doesn't take as much time renting a house. If you are in network marketing, it's a really short selling cycle. It's like if you're on vacation, you're looking for a place to eat on Yelp. That's a very short selling cycle. Right? If you're actually in the touristy place walking and you see the menu, you put the menus in a restaurant, you're looking at that, and the hostess is telling you, that's a very short selling cycle. Within 20 seconds, she basically sell you to go in there or you're going to walk away and never come back. Right? That's a very short selling cycle. Network marketing is the same thing. It's a short selling cycle. When people watch that movie, it's an emotional decision. I want to change my life. Wow, this is awesome. I'm going to do this. And how many of you, because you got to close them right then, because if you don't, this is what happens. How many of you had someone that said, oh, yeah, let me go look at some information. I'll sign up next week. And then what happens next week? They never sign up. Because what happens is, when they're interested, they're like, wow, look at the video. It's awesome. Yeah. They suspend reality. Right? Like, oh, the reality is like, my life is not messed up. Wow, I can achieve my dreams. This is great. I can do it. They're excited. But once you go back to life, they have, oh my goodness, I got to deal with the kids' homework. Oh, my boss wants the extra project. Oh, I got to fix the house. Oh, the plumbing is leaking. I got this. And they're totally gone already. You lose them. You got to sign them up right then. Okay, you're not going to like give them more. By the way, more information kills sales. Kills sales. They don't need more information. They need more conviction. You got to get started. How do you get started? So one of the things that getting back, and I can do a whole training just about that, how to get people on the fence to sign up. But one of the things is tax advantages, right? Where you're in the almost everyone here is in the U.S. The business is a tax write-off, and they get the money back. If you get started, you get a write-off, right? You get the money back in 2-3 months, because you file your taxes, you get your money back in February or March or April. If you wait till January, it's still a write-off, but you have to file for the following year. So do you want your tax rebate in 3 months, or you want it 15 months from now? By the way, I set up so many people that way. So even if people say, I'm not ready to get started, I'm going to start in January, you got to close them now, because you know what's going to happen in January. No, I got bills to pay, I'm distracted. Life is never-ending problems. Right? So if you don't get them started now in January, you're going to lose them. You're not going to sign them up in January. And maybe if you got them 1 or 2 people, that is a rarity. I always say maybe less than 5% that tell me, oh, I'm not ready now, I'm ready later, will actually sign up. But would you agree, Cindy? Less than 5%. You're going to get them started like right then. So just if someone says, oh, I'm not ready yet, I'm busy with holidays, no worries. Just get started now. Just get started now. At least you can use the package as a write-off. You get the tax benefits. Get started right now, get your products, just use the products, and then we'll get you started in January. But you gotta get them in. Okay, A, B, C. Always be closing. Oh, do you know that people say, oh, I want to wait till January. Do you know what the difference between January and December is? December, you file your, it's a write-off, and you get your money back in 2-3 months. Starting January, it's still a great time, but it's just going to take 15 months. Do you want 15 months or 2 months? Okay, get them started right away. Okay, here's the last one, is a tip here, is, and I don't want to create so much stuff, I don't want to be overwhelmed, but again, tag me on the story on Instagram, what do you plan to take action on, okay? This is the best time to grow a business because people are reflective. They are thinking about things. They're reflective, right? When in the time do people are thinking about goals, resolutions? I can't wait for this year to be over. How many of your friends are saying, I can't wait for 2020 is a tough year. I can't wait for it to be over. You see it in the news. This is right? This is the best time. They're thinking what they want to achieve next year. They think of better health, better fun. It's basically 3 things: better health, better finances, better relationships. That's it. Right? And people are not thinking about that in June. They're not thinking about that in February. They're thinking about it right now. Right? So people are reflective. So create content about that. Create content about your positive changes. What are some positive? Let me ask you, positive changes. How many of you had fun? Have had fun in your team? Seems like this team is very fun. You've had fun relationships. Let people know about it's fun. I'm so grateful for our team. It's so much fun. You know why that gets people's attention? Which people are kind of sad during the holidays? People are single and lonely. They see you having all this fun. They're like, whoa, what do you have so much fun? See, people have family. They have a good time, right? People are single and lonely. They're like, oh, they have no family. They're spending the holidays by themselves. Or even they're with their family. They see the kids, but they're by themselves. I used to be single. I used to very shy, quiet. Never thought a girl would like me. Right? I thought I was ugly. I had low self-esteem, all these things. So I felt lonely. But there, you talk about the team you have. So on your social media, talking about fun. I'll give you a couple ideas. Remember, create content about positive changes you've experienced. Right? So it could be a gratitude post, a Facebook Live, a vision about where you see the year going. You can do a coaching call. You can. Cindy has told you about setting goals, mindset. I suggest have great trainings from your convention about goal setting mindset. Teach people how to set goals. Most people in the world don't know how to do that Because it's not taught in schools. So teach that. You can do it. I'm doing a special Zoom this year about how to set your goals for next year. I'm doing a Facebook Live. Join in. Create a Facebook event. Share about how you've grown. If grown does not need to be, oh, I haven't made much money yet. No, but you learned up here. By the way, income always follows growth. As long as you're growing, you share that. So create content. Here's some content ideas, right? I talk about goal setting, positivity, and mindset. I used to be so negative. This has been a tough year, but thanks to what I've learned from our team, for what Cindy has taught me, I'm actually doing all right. I'm doing much better than I thought I would be. I appreciate the team was there taught me. Now, if you post that consistently over time, people are like, well, so what happened? There's a mistake that people do. They post one time and think the whole world knows about it, expecting to get all these signups. Just because you post one time doesn't mean everyone sees it. And number two, a lot of times they don't pay attention to it. Could they be distracted something else on the feed? You got to consistently put the message out there. If you're hungry, you want pizza, quick pizza, what would you order? Who would you order from? Just say you're hungry right now, you haven't had dinner, you want pizza. Where would you order pizza from? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? I want quick pizza right now in under 30 minutes. Who would you call? Domino's, right? Domino's. Because you know why Domino's? Because they spend millions of dollars. They talk about that. Is it Domino's or Pizza Hut? Because you see that all the time, right? All the time on the billboards, the TV, all that. Because they know that doing one time doesn't work. They need to see it over and over and over again. So your brain becomes brainwashed. You're thinking, well, you're hungry. I need pizza right away. I know it's a cheat day. Okay, I'll order Domino's. So it comes right away. By the way, the pizza's not even good. They don't even talk about it. They never say the pizza's very good. They say the pizza's fast and quick. Right? They never talk about the pizza's good. Or Papa John's, right? Papa John's is another one. Those are the three. Pizza, because they do tons of marketing. As a distributor, you got to think of the marketer. You got to get your message out. So talk about goal setting. Talk about positivity. Talk about health-related tips. Health-related tips. How did you grow? How did you become more healthy? Maybe I used it in an exercise, and now I am healthier. Service-related tips. How are you helping people? Money-related tips. Okay, that's another one. Money-related tips. How has your health changed? That's another idea. How's your health changed? How have you changed financially? Or maybe, you haven't made much money yet, but you know what? You're aware of what you need to do, right? You learned about passive income. You learned what you should be doing. You've changed. Gratitude. Being grateful. There's so much stuff to be grateful for with your team and your products, with the changes. Fun relationships. Right, we talked about that. Highlight your team. Every time you go, right now, you should take a screenshot. I'm so grateful for our leader for putting this. I love these trainings. It's so much more fun. It's so fun. I love it. It's so fun. People always want fun. By the way, people are driven by fun more than by money. Right? People are driven by fun more than money. You know, believe me, like if you go to a bar, people are spending the money on drinks. That totally doesn't make sense money-wise, but they want fun. Right? People save all their money, spend it all on a vacation because they want fun. People want fun. Let people know your business is fun. The holidays, people want to have fun. Get extra holiday cash. That'll get people's attention. Need extra holiday cash? I'll teach you what to do on social media. Drop a comment. By the way, the first time you do it, people may not comment. They got to see it again and again. That's why I said one of the things you have to be doing, you have to be posting every single day. It's by the way, networking is not who you know. It's who will think of you when they need what you have. That's networking. So it's not like, I know a lot of people, but when they need to be healthier, will they think of you? Will they need to be in better shape? Will they think of you? When they want to have some fun and be in community, will they think of you? It's just like when you're hungry, you want some quick pizza, who do you think of? We think of Domino's Pizza, Papa John's, that's because of marketing. So are you marketing so when people need what you have, they will think of you? Oh, when you go Google an article for an article. That's marketing. That's how well you can tell if you're doing the right way. Last thing is, what have you learned? What have you learned in your journey? Share that. Okay, so I'll give you a bunch of ideas. I'll go through them really quickly. Talk about goal setting, positivity mindset, health-related tips, service-related tips, how you're helping people, money-related, how have you changed health-wise, how have you changed financially, gratitude, relationships, fun, the camaraderie, getting extra holiday cash, and what have you learned? How have you grown? If you keep posting consistently, people will reach out. Now is a great time because, by the way, if you look at media right after Thanksgiving, if you look at stuff that pops in the news feed from CNN or whatever, the Huffington Post, that's what they talk about, New Year's resolutions, how to lose weight for the new year as it gets closer and closer. Start doing that now and get that message into your prospects' minds, right? Remember, content creates authority. So anyway, that is what I have for you. I don't want to give you too much. Tag me on the story of what you plan to take action on. All right. This is really the best time to grow your business. Never feel like, oh, people are not interested. People are out there. Now, they may tell you they're not interested. Oh, I gotta do a holiday. But you talk to them, they'll get their attention. They may say they're not interested, but trust me, if they're not interested, no one's going to be. The media always talks about, right? We know this. The media talks about New Year's goals and year, the recap of the year. Everyone, especially this year, is the best year. Everyone's ready to move on from this year. That this is a suck to everyone has been like a sucky year. By the way, if you tell people, hey, I'm so grateful for our team, this has been the most awesome year of my life. People are like, what? That gets people's attention. And by the way, are you lying if you tell them this is the best year of your life? You're not lying. You decide was the best year. Hey, today could be the best day of your life. You don't need external things to affect it. The decision to make the best years all come from here. You can decide today's the best day of my life. This is the best training I've ever done. You decide that. You just post your positivity. People are like, wow, what are you doing? Thanks to my business, this has been the most awesome year of my life. I'm so grateful. Otherwise, I've been pretty down. People are like, what? I'll tell you, if you post that once a week, people are like, okay, what are you doing? What's it about? It'll create conversations. And remember, conversations lead to business. So anyway, I got to hop off. I appreciate Cindy for having me on. I appreciate the trust and the friendship. This is the best time. Crush it. Stay focused. Be consistent. And yeah, tag me on the story on Instagram. Let me know what you plan to take action on. And remember, we run a profession to help others. So go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Simon. And if you guys are a little more excited about finishing November and getting into December, type it in the chat box because I think he's fired us all up. Before you go, Simon, they can find you on your MLM Nation podcast, but also you've got some BYOBs coming up, I think December 4th and 18th. Do you want to say a quick word about that before you close?
Yeah, you can talk to Cody. Cody was on BYOB. BYOB, if you have a struggle with social media, creating content, or need some accountability, that would be very, very helpful for you. If some of you who've been on there in the past, I know Zoe, you've been on there, it's changed a lot. For Cody, I actually created a 4-week content calendar of exactly what to post. And I think it's going to be very, very helpful for you to end the year strong. You can go to BYOB Workshop, BYOB Build Your Own Business. You can bring your own beer too, I guess, but buildyourownbusinessworkshop.com. It'll be a lot of fun.
All right, and I'll share the link with everybody. But Simon, your time is so valuable, and I can't thank you enough for sharing it with us tonight.
You're welcome. God bless you all. Take care.
You too. Bye, everybody.